Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Bobby Hune, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Did CNN's Jim Acosta really interview a dead Parkland student on AI? On August 4th, 2025, what would have been Joaquin Oliver's 25th birthday, former CNN anchor Jim Acosta released an interview unlike any he's done before. Sitting across from him was not a living guest, but an AI-generated version of Oliver, one of the 17 people killed in the 2018 Parkland school shooting. The AI likeness created by Joaquin's parents, Patricia and Manuel Oliver, was trained using his writings, social media posts, and recordings of his voice. On screen, the digital Joaquin spoke with moving lips and minimal facial gestures, realistic enough to be haunting. Manuel said, quote, "This is a very legit Joaquin," end quote, in a follow-up discussion with Acosta. The AI Joaquin voiced support for stricter gun laws, mental health care, and community outreach.
Joaquin, I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws, mental health support, and community engagement. We need to create safe spaces for conversations and connections, making sure everyone feels seen and heard. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin.
Manuel defended the project, saying it allows Joaquin's voice to stay active in the fight for gun reform. The tragedy that claimed Joaquin's life was perpetrated by a disturbed man who had a history of behavioral issues and had posted racist, antisemitic, xenophobic, sexist, and homophobic content online. The push for gun control has long connected the Olivers to the LGBTQ community. Gays Against Guns, also known as G.A.G, hosted a dance event at the NYC AIDS Memorial alongside the couple in 2023, formed after the 2016 Post nightclub massacre, which targeted LGBTQ people. Gays Against Guns blend activism and arts to demand change. For critics, Acosta's AI interview was, quote, profoundly gross, end quote. For the Olivers, it was another step in keeping Joaquin's legacy and the fight for gun control alive. I'll say this. If it was a third person who did it, if it was a third party who did it, I will probably say that that's gross. Like, you know, you plug someone who's dead to make an AI avatar. But since it is his parents and they are trying to preserve his legacy, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Do what you need to do. That's what you want to do, and that's fine.
Look, AI is here to stay. And
unfortunately.
Again, love it or hate it, AI is here to stay. I agree with you. This was his parents. They were the ones who did this, so it's no different than, you know, keeping the ashes of your beloved in an urn on it's their way of keeping him alive, his memory alive. And so for that, I will say, yes, I agree. What I don't agree with is using it in this type of a format, because AI is not that smart, and his answers felt a little programmed. Because I don't believe that he would have said anything about gun control and that types of things before
the shooting.
And I agree with you to a degree there. My concern is that there are so many misinformed, undereducated people who will see this and go, it's a real person.
Absolutely.
And so the fact that I'm not, because I didn't see the full interview, I'm concerned that there should constantly be a title underneath this, a caption saying, this is an AI representation of Joaquin and represents his parents, because there is concern about, at this early stage of AI, too much of it is potentially manipulated. I mean, we've seen the AI of 100%. Politicians, we've seen the AI out of the White House, we've seen, and it's so obviously manipulated and overproduced to the advantage of their particular moment.
Correct.
That this particular situation has me concerned, because I'm not saying that the basis of the comments from the Joaquin we saw in the interview isn't based on his writings and his ideas and his heart and soul, but the fact that it was just a little too real, with not a caption underneath saying that this is the AI version of Joaquin, I support his parents to keep his memory alive. I
Agreed.
support his parents to fight the fight. I'm just concerned that this tool might be a little bit too soon and a little bit too potentially manipulated by both sides of the
I
argument.
understand what you're trying to say, but on the other hand, you know, people, the quote unquote truthers, are going to dig into it no matter what, as Alex Jones in his $1 billion verdict.
So
That's my point.
So I think I think we're all saying the same thing. You know, the fact that, you know, they did an interview with somebody who is deceased and brought them back to make some sort of point, was that relevant news and was that necessary? And I think that's the argument. You know, the AI argument is going to be another argument till.
Well, I think it's relevant. I'm just concerned for Joaquin and his parents and the organization that they're representing with this, because I know they have a foundation or a nonprofit in his memory fighting gun control issues. I'm just concerned that the foundations and the different groups that are extremely for guns are going to manipulate that as easily as anything else and dismiss it, negate it, which they always will. But I think this particular AI version gives them a lot more potential to have it dismissed quickly. And I'm glad that they had an interview with his parents afterwards, or at least his father, to substantiate the data and the comments and the position.
I think we're just not ready to start bringing back dead people to speak truth on something that they might not have necessarily spoke about beforehand.
And this is different than, say, Elvis being produced or Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson, because they have AI versions of.
Right, but they're only doing songs. The performances only. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'll put out a question for you guys. If we have we had this technology before during the AIDS crisis, and we can bring people back from the dead, I think I would. I loved one.
That's not making a political statement and fighting a battle.
Agreed.
That's a memory.
That's a memory. Agreed. Well, that is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.